Senegal's President Macky Sall has just announced that the elections that were supposed to be held on 25th of this month has been postponed indefinitely. Now, this election was supposed to be a vote for the Senegalese to pick a successor for the existing President Macky Sall. Hello, I am Mahlet, Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. So, yeah, here we are. So let's dive into it. This was just announced yesterday by President Macky Sall. Now, just to give you a bit of a background, now the Senegalese, as I said, were supposed to go to vote on 25th of this month to pick a successor of President Macky Sall, whom he promised that he will not run for a third term. And he said this in July of last month, after months of unrest in the country with regards to the opposition, who was a presidential candidate, Ousmane Sonko. Now, there are details why this announcement came in the midst of this, like while we are so close to the election. Now, the hand-picked successor of the President Macky Sall was the prime minister who came to power in 2020, who was assigned as prime minister in 2022 by Macky Sall himself. So his name is Prime Minister Amadou Ba. He's amongst the 20 candidates that was submitted by the Senegal's Constitutional Council to run to run for election. Now, of course, one has to do to run to avoid a runoff. A candidate must secure over 50% of the votes, and this was supposed to start on 4th of February. So just on the that was today actually. So just on the eve of it, Macky Sall comes and tell us that there's no the election has been postponed indefinitely. Now, let me just read this. Senegal's President Macky Sall Saturday announced the indefinite postponement of the presidential election scheduled for 25th February. Now, in a televised address to the nation, he said that he repealed the relevant electoral law, citing in quotation a dispute over the candidate list and an open conflict over alleged corruption of constitutional judges, which he said could lead to pre- and post-election disputes. This is what he said, meaning the names that are, submitted by the Senegal's Constitutional Institute. Now, Macky Sall promised in quotation opens, initiate an open national dialogue, bringing together all political forces to guarantee the conditions for a free, transparent, and inclusive election in a peaceful and reconciled Senegal. That's what he promised to the people, but he did not say the date when it will be, okay? Now, the announcement came on the backdrop of an investigation by lawmakers against two Constitutional Council judges over alleged corruption. Now, last month, the Senegalese Constitutional Council had approved 20 candidates, which includes the hand-picked Prime Minister as a successor, Amadou Ba. Now, 20 candidates for the presidential election, which excluded two opposition candidates, which is, Ousmane Sonko and Karim Wade. Karim Wade is the son of the previous president of Senegal, who is Abdoulaye Wade. Now, the council said Sonko, now the reason for the exclusion is that the council said Sonko was ineligible to contest election for 5 years, for the next 5 years. That's what it means. As a Dakar appeals a court last year convicted him for defaming tourism Minister Mame Mbaye Niang and handed him a 6 months suspended sentence. So basically, it's defaming the tourism minister of Senegal and a 6 months suspended sentence. But then that is now what they're telling us is ultimately it's preventing him from running for election for the next 5 years. But that's really weird because I mean, people can't defame, say this and that. The prime minister has done this and that. The minister of income, in revenue and tax, whatever, has done this, or even the president. So, to what extent was really Usman Sonko's fault that the judge handed him this kind of punishment? Now, the council also said Sonko was sorry. Now, Sonko is popular among the young voters. We have seen Senegal have seen, or Dakar particularly, has seen months of unrest because when Macky Sall announced that he will run for a third term. Now, remember, Macky Sall is in power since 2020, 2012. Okay. Now, yeah, he's popular amongst the youth, and he finished third, meaning in 2019 election, he was the third person. Now, the a third, meaning after the speculation of the Macky Sall's running for a third term. Now, the other one is Karim Wade. As I said, he's the son of Abdoulaye Wade, and he was disqualified. He was excluded from this, upcoming election list for holding double nationalities. That's what they said. Now, on Friday, the Senegalese Democratic Party, an opposition party, requested the postponement of the presidential election through a bill submitted to Parliament, claiming certain conditions have been compromised, the transparency and integrity of the poll. Now, okay, that is as far as what Macky Sall has announced. And now let me just share this with you. Now, this is President Macky Sall. This is Osman Sonko. This is Abdoulaye Wade's son, Karim Wade. So that's the saying. He's basically in Qatar. Now, this was, Senegal unrest. This is in Dakar. This was how the demonstration looked, or the protest looked like in those times of, months of unrest in Senegal. Now, just more details to bring to you. As I said, Macky Sall was in power since 2012, running for third term in 20. Now he announced that he's not running for third term. That he announced it in July 2023. Last year because of opposition. Now the funny thing is that he promised that, and then now instead of letting this election to happen, he's postponing it indefinitely. Now, Karim Wade, just to say something about him, he's the son of the president, the former president Abdoulaye Wade. He served, this is what I wanted to tell you. He served 3 years. Actually, the sentence was 6 years because of right after Macky Sall came to power for illegally, he was the framework. Actually, they sued him for enriching himself illegally, and he was sentenced for 6 years, but he served only 3 years, and then he left to Qatar. Now, Karim Wade was also charged with corruption after, President Macky Sall took power. Now, Macky Sall, not only they accused his son, but also the Karim Wade was also fined. He was also fined 230 million pound for illegally accumulating a fortune, at least like $200 million. Yeah, that's what it means. He had hidden away funds in offshore companies in the British Virgin Islands and Panama. A court ruled that's what the court ruled, and the payment of the fine was not covered by the pardon. Mr. Sal's office said, yeah, in a statement. Now, Osman Sonko, he was because of the defaming of the tourism minister that they are not letting him to run for election. In any case, both are excluded from this election. They cannot run, and this will cause really a problem. The months of unrest have been calmed or stopped because President Macky Sall announced that he will not run for third term. Now, that again has been compromised when they excluded these, potential candidates, Osman Sonko, from the list. Let's see how this will end up, but this is not really a good beginning of the year, really just on the eve of the campaign for Macky Sall to announce and to say it indefinitely is not right. Now let us know, in the comment section, what do you think of this, and especially people from Senegal. I really want you to go ahead and comment below, what do you think of this? Did Macky Sall has taken the right action? Were the two candidates supposed to be in the list, or should they be really, as the constitution did, out of those list of candidates? Now, let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this? There are around 20 elections that are going to happen in 2024 in Africa. Now, Senegal has just started in such a way, which is not good. I'm going to come back and let you know, what are those elections. But for now, let us know in the comment section. I really want to know, before saying this and that, what do you think of this? Please share your comment, your view in the comment section. And also, if possible, I want to bring to you, analysts from Senegal, whether they are based in the continent or abroad. That was it for me, and thank you very much for tuning in. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you like what we bring you here, give it thumbs up and share. Please share the video with your network. It will help our YouTube algorithm. If you want to help us further, please donate to our PayPal account. You can find it in the description section. I will also pin it in the comment section. Thank you again, and ciao, ciao.